Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another um, video. It's been a minute. I actually meant to upload a video sooner. I was gonna go through the movies I watched in January, but I was editing it, and I was like, I don't like editing, and I also don't like, um, doing the things. But whatever. Let's get into it. The 2025 Oscars happened, so we're gonna go through the winners. I'm gonna give you guys my reaction to the winners. I will mention I have not seen every film nominated, but I've seen a majority of them. So yeah. Um, and First off, we're gonna start off with the host of the Oscars, Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien is personally to me one of my favorite comedy people just in general. He is so funny. So when I heard he was hosting, I was genuinely super excited to watch. My glass is still dirty, and he did not disappoint. His opening Oscar monologue really reminded me of his late night monologues. It was so funny to see Conan just kind of back in his own element, and he told some great jokes as well. He told, like, halfway through the show, he had a joke, like a Kendrick Lamar Drake joke, like, oh, Kendrick's gonna come out, and and that was really funny. He also had a joke about Carlos Sofia Gaston, which we'll get into when we get there. um but yeah, just so many great jokes. Very happy with Conan and his hosting. I honestly, he should come back next year. It's just my opinion. But we're gonna go through everything first. It's not in order of how things were won and presented, but we are starting at the bottom and working our way up to the kind of the big heavy hitters. But right off the bat, writing best original screenplay. We have nominated Honora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5th, and The Substance. I will mention I did not see A Real Pain or September 5th, but I have seen the other three, and The Substance was super good. It's such a great concept. I wouldn't have been surprised if The Substance won, just because that idea and the execution behind it was just so good. And then The Brutalist, I just watched The Brutalist like March 1st, I think. Or no, maybe, I don't know. But I thought the first half was pretty good, pretty solid. Then the second half still good, but to me it fell apart just a little bit. Um, so for this, I was really banking for Honora, just because Mikey Madison is incredible in that movie, and also just like I said, the script and story, it's really good. It's also super funny too, um, which is a nice play. So I'm very happy to see that Honora won. And then for writing adapted screenplay, we have Conclave, A Complete Unknown, Emilia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing. I would have been okay with any one of these winning except Emilia Perez, and we will get to it when we get to it. I actually have reasons why, um, but honestly, I wasn't really sure. I was thinking Sing Sing might win it, just because it's such a good movie and it's such a great story that is told. I didn't think A Complete Unknown would really go like win, just because it's like it's a good biopic. Don't get me wrong, but it is a biopic. I haven't seen Nickel Boys, so Conclave, great. Very impressed with Conclave, in terms of like shots and just the drip they had on in that. So not surprising. Up next, visual effects. Um, I wasn't really sure because I had only seen two of the five nominated here. Um, but I can already tell you I knew Better Man was not going to win. Just it's just a dude in a it's just a monkey, like a dude as a monkey that's not really going doing much, even if it does look really good. Same with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I feel like while they've gotten a better look to them, it's it's just something that I'm like, eh. And then Wicked, I also really wasn't impressed with Wicked's visual effects. Like, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that there were some instances in Wicked where I was like, oh, that is definitely CG. Like the little cub, lion cub or tiger cub they had. So Dune Part 2, not even a surprise to me. That movie looks incredible, so I was not surprised with that. Then we got sound again. We got Dune 2, Complete Unknown, Emilia Perez, Wicked, The Wild Robot. I think this one easy layup. Dune 2. I remember watching this in the Dolby and just the whole theater shaking. I legit, my seat was shaking. It was actually insane. So I'm not even surprised Dune 2 won it. Again, like for me, obvious choice for best sound. Then we have live action short film. I didn't watch any of them, so I'm going to skip over them, but I'm Not a Robot one. And then we have production design. Best production design. I wasn't really sure with this one. I was thinking Nosferatu just because I remember watching that, and the castle was just so cool, and then that village as well was so cool. Well done. And obviously like the streets of I don't know where it takes place, but those streets were really nicely designed too. I was also thinking maybe Dune 2 just because, but it is a desert. It's not much you can do, I guess. But the inside places in Dune 2 look cool, but it wasn't for me really a serious kind of consideration. So Conclave or The Brutalist, I guess. And Conclave is good. It's very nice. I do think the shots really help how it looks. And then The Brutalist, it was okay, but yeah, so I'm not really surprised. Wicked won. A lot of great colors, a lot of great fantastical designs there. Not very surprising that Wicked won. We're gonna skip that. Or I guess we can get into it. No, we'll skip it. We'll come back. And then we have music, original song. This one made me very mad because, in my opinion, there are no good songs in Emilia Perez. So I don't know how El Mal won over Like a Bird, right? Or Never Too Late, like that Elton John song, pretty good. And then The Journey as well. Apparently, Diane Warren has been nominated 16 times and not won once. So yeah, and again, there are no good songs in Emilia Perez, so I'm not even sure why El Mal won. It was also nominated for two best songs, and Mi Camino as well, just like Mi Camino. So yeah, Like a Bird for me was my pick. Just it was so good. And any Sing Sing was kind of snubbed, so any win for Sing Sing would have been nice, but music, original score, we have The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. Not surprised that The Brutalist won. Other than Wicked, it was my most recently watched like Oscar film, and The Brutalist, very good soundtrack. Out of these choices, it was either the Brutalist or Wicked, so I'm not surprised there. Makeup and hairstyling. Super glad this went to The Substance. So many practical effects in that movie. For me personally, I would have thought either The Substance or Nosferatu would have won. Just because Nosferatu has that great way the vampire kind of looks, right? I could also see Wicked potentially winning it, maybe, and A Different Man as well. That's like a maybe, but The Substance, the practical effects in that movie are just off the charts, especially at the end. So I'm very happy The Substance won. A horror movie won makeup and hairstyling due to practical effects. That is awesome. We love to see that. Up next, international feature film. I was okay with any winner here as long as Emilia Perez did not win it. It seems like I'm hating Emilia Perez so much, and I will get to it. But I've only seen Flo, Emilia Perez, so I guess I gotta watch I'm Still Here. So yeah. Film editing went to Anora, not surprising. I was thinking maybe The Brutalist just because of like the opening kind of credits and the end credits kind of scroll. It was very interesting. But Anora did have some great editing as well. The movie flowed very nicely, so I'm not really surprised there. I wish I had more time for this video, but I don't. I have a dentist appointment at 8, so yeah. Documentary short film. I did not watch any of these, so I'm gonna skip them. Maybe I'll get around to a couple. Documentary feature film. No Other Land one, which is I think like a Palestinian documentary type movie. So I'm really interested to see I'm definitely gonna put this on the list to watch, for sure. I've heard it's fantastic. So yeah, directing. Uh, Honora, Sean Baker won. Honora was going crazy tonight. I was so happy because Honora is such a great movie. Um, I would have loved to see Dennis Villeneuve, I think is his name, Dune 2 director. I would have loved to see him in directing because, like I said, Dune 2 is just insane. Like, it's actually kind of crazy that he got kind of snubbed for directing because it was just so good. Um, but yeah, I'm so happy Emilia Perez didn't win. Jacques Idouard, I don't know. He is not a great guy. Um, I think not too long before this movie came out, he said the Spanish language is like the language of poor people and like people from third world countries. So it's like that's just gross. And honestly, Emilia Perez directing was just kind of boring to me, anyways. Um, I was thinking also the Brutalist could have won this as well, just because I know that movie's insane and people that sat through the movie like me is like, oh, this is a pretty good 3 hours. Didn't feel like 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So I also would have loved to see it go to the substance, but Honora, obviously, it was my choice. Great movie. Sean Becker did a great job. Costume design. I didn't know which one was gonna win this. I was thinking Conclave just because they're so dripped out in that movie, but I'm not surprised it went to Wicked. Um, just Wicked just has so much elements going into everything they wear, whereas Conclave, it's like, oh, they got some drip. Don't get me wrong, but they wear a lot of the same stuff throughout the movie, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. Not surprised with Wicked is all I'm saying. Cinematography, The Brutalist. I honestly thought this would go to Dune 2. I really did, just because Dune 2 is so good, guys. You gotta go watch it. But The Brutalist, got it. Animated short film. Did not watch any of these. Animated feature film. This one surprised me because I watched all of these feature films and I thought it was either going to Memoir of a Snail or The Wild Robot, and it did not go to either. Um, uh, it actually went to Flow, which in my opinion wasn't. I was like, this is good, but I just felt like a Memoir of a Snail was much better than Flow in my opinion. So I was kind of surprised to see that. Actress in a supporting role. This one to me was kind of the weakest category because like Isabella Rossellini in Conclave, I don't remember her having a big part in Conclave. Felicity Jones, her accent, like I just it didn't work for me. Ariana Grande, Monica Barbero was my choice just because I thought she did great as Joan Baez, but Zoe Saldana does not surprise me at all. She was easily the best part of Emilia Perez by a mile. So yeah, actress in a leading role, Mikey Madison. I am so happy to see this go to Mikey Madison. She killed it in Honora, easily, like blew it out the water. Also would have loved to see maybe Demi Moore get this as well, but Mikey Madison was my clear choice, day one choice. Actor in a supporting role, Kieran Culkin, for A Real Pain. Haven't seen it, so but I'm sure he's great since he won, right? I was thinking maybe Edward Norton or Guy Pearce for this category. If you were curious, actor in a leading role, Adrian Brody won it. He is a fantastic actor. There's a bit of controversy with this just because they used AI to enhance his speech, but we'll never really like know, I guess. Would have loved to see it go to Coleman Domingo as well, just because he was great. And we're going to Best Picture. I don't have a lot of time because I'm on a time thing, so I can't really get into stuff. But I am very happy that Honora won. I was thinking again Dune 2 because it's just so good, but we didn't really get that. So that, yeah, I'm so happy Honora won. That was my choice was Dune 2, but my second choice was Honora, and I'm so happy Honora won. It was such a great film, and that is my wrap up of the Oscar Best Picture. Maybe I'll do a video breaking down just certain things, but for now, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.